Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human Podcast. My name is Eastin, DeVerna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastindeverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. It is April 29th, and today's episode is titled Greener and Brighter. This one was inspired by another book written by me, my first novel, Dead World, a Post-Apocalyptic Tale, also known as The Runner, a Post-Apocalyptic Tale. I love this little book. It really means so much to me. It's when I kind of first ventured out to write something longer than my graphic novel thesis and put something out into the world. I had put out a few comics before this at the time, and this Dead World / The Runner first came out in 2018. It is the story of a girl in a dead and devastated world. Her name is Soraya. And she has never seen the sun because it is eternally blotted out by the gray and dark glowing clouds and by whatever caused the demise of the earth. Society has crumbled, and the people who are left live in ruins, and they've reverted back to ancient methods of travel and communication, namely using runners, like they would have used in ancient Greece. Soraya's father was a runner, and after he disappears on a mission to find the Oracle to help their people, she must take up the mantle and complete what he never finished. It's a bleak and stark world filled with weird mutants called mutes and scrappers. It's filled with the horrors of what humanity is capable of, but it is also filled with hope and friendship and love. I got the idea for it when I was living in New York and going to the gym at the time. When I used to go to a gym. Now I work out in my basement or in my backyard. But anyway, I was running on a treadmill. So there you go, I was running. And I kind of was zoning out. And my mind wandered to this post-apocalyptic landscape where running was still essential. But the world was completely dead and there was no green and no sun and there was just dust and devastation everywhere. Something that I hope never happens to our real world, if we can get our act together. So this book also had an interesting journey, like a Guardian. I first self-published this. It was later picked up by a publisher, but then I got the rights back a few years ago. When I was with the publisher, the title changed from Dead World to The Runner. There was apparently another book called Dead World, and they didn't want to have the same name and confuse people. But I am going to re-release this with a new cover and the original title, hopefully later this year or early next year. And I hope to make this an illustrated version with art by the cover artist on it, my good pal, Grim Wilkins. So this is out of print right now, but it will be released again soon, like I was just saying, and I'll keep you posted as that moves along. If you would like to read it in the meantime, just reach out to me. I'll send you a PDF copy of it. Okay, here is the quote. There, deep in the dark crevice, with just a sprinkling of hazy daylight falling on it, was a sickly and curved yellow and green sprout. It bent over on itself, the bulk of its leaf still breaking free from the shell of its seed, coiled within, weighing it down. It was a sad-looking thing, weak, frail, and discolored, but it was marvelous all the same. Soraya had never seen a live plant before. Not many had. Nate, this, a plant? Where'd it come from? And there in that scene, Soraya was speaking to her friend, Nate, who also lives in the same village with her. Okay, here is my reflection. According to National Geographic, about 571 species of plants have gone extinct in the wild since the 1750s. And since 1900, an average of 8 plant species have gone extinct every 3 years. In a world in my mind, there is a young girl named Soraya, a runner, who has never seen the sun because of an eternal gray and glowing canopy of clouds entombing the earth. There is little food, no clean water, and there are no plants. It's a fantastical story, a cautionary tale. But even though it is fiction and a creation born in my mind, it terrifies me. Perhaps even more than the mutes, scrappers, and elders who live in this stark and harsh world, going to new lengths of cruelty and levels of depravity to survive. But running alongside Soraya on this journey, and seeing the endless rows of dust and burnt-out pine barrens stirs something up in me. That desire to not only hold on to what we have here and now, but to nurture and cultivate the greens, reds, oranges, blues, yellows, and violets, the bright plants and the dull, the pretty and the ugly. It makes me want to spend time outside with them, plant more of them, and fight back against the onslaught. The war man has waged on them for far too long now. It makes me want to remember where we came from, cherish all forms of life, and never take it for granted again. I don't know what the world will look like in 10 years, let alone 100 years or thousands. What life, what plants will be left. But I can try now, while I'm here, to protect that which exists, and add to it where I can. And who knows? Maybe that future I dreamt up doesn't have to be harsh and gray and lifeless. Maybe it doesn't have to be at all. Maybe if we do something now, it will be greener and brighter. And there ends today's reflection. And now it's time for your reflection question. So take out your journal, your napkin, or just look out the window, or up at the sky or at the trees while you are spending a little time outside. And ask yourself this: what can I do in this present moment to ensure a brighter future? What can I do as an individual? And what can I do as part of a community? And I think we need to think about both of these things. How can we act as individuals and as a community? That's a big part of that book, Dead World, or The Runner. Surviving, doing what you can as an individual, doing your job, but then also working together and putting your faith in others. So I hope we can remember that. Well, that's it for today, April 29th. I'll be back tomorrow, April 30th, with another reflection. Have a good one, and take care.